Hi, my friends. Today we're going to read a fiction book called Bear Says Thanks. Now, in the month of November, we're going to be talking a lot about being thankful and what that means. Being thankful means what are you so happy that you have in your life or in your world? It might be your family, your friends, your toys, your school, the place that you live, your clothes, your pets. There's so many different things you can be thankful for. In this story, let's see what Bear ends up being thankful for. Now, if I look at the front cover, I see Bear and I see a lot of other animals too. Do you see all those animals? That tells me there might be a lot of characters in this story. Let's read Bear Says Thanks. All alone in his cave, Bear listens to the wind. He is bored, bored, bored. And he misses his friends. Aw, look at his face, everybody. What does that mean if you're bored? Do you know? It usually means you just don't know what to do. You're kind of blah. Bear says, I could make a big dinner, a feast I could share. Can you say that word, feast? That means a big dinner with a lot of different foods. But when Bear looks in his cupboard, the cupboard is bare. That means empty. Oh dear. Now that's confusing. There's two words on this page that say bear. One of the words means our main character, means bear. The other bear word means empty. And look at his cupboard back there, friends. His shelves in his kitchen. They're empty. They're bare. That means nothing is there. Then Mouse stops by with a huckleberry pie. And Bear says, thanks. Do you see the little bitty mouse? He's so little. Do you see he's holding up a pie? And look at Bear's face. He's so happy. And when you're happy about something and somebody shares something with you, you should say thanks. That's right, or thank you. Bear says, goodness me, a delectable pie. Delectable, that means delicious. But I have made nothing, he adds with a sigh. That means he's a little sad, friends. Mouse shared with him, but he doesn't have any food to share back. Then they hear, hi-ho! And they both see Hare with a big batch of muffins at the door of his lair. Well, that is so many different words stuck in that page. Do you see the rabbit? Do you see him carrying a basket of muffins? Another word for rabbit is hare. Not like the hair on our head. It's spelled differently. So we've got two different kinds of bear, and now we know two different kinds of hair, like this hair on our head, or another word for rabbit. Hare hurries in from the cold, rushing wind, and Bear says thanks. Do you see he's got the basket of the muffins? And there's rabbit, or hare, is another word. There's little mouse. So the friends are starting to gather more food for the feast, aren't they? Of course, says Hare. Then he points to the door. Here comes Badger, and he's got even more. Now use your eagle eye. What food is Badger bringing to the feast? Do you see the two fish on his pole? Do you think he caught them in the water that morning, maybe? Brrr, says Badger as he tromps inside. He sets down his pole and he smiles real wide. I'm back from a stroll at the old fishing hole. And Bear says thanks. Oh my goodness. These friends have a lot of food now to share, don't they? Then Gopher and Mole tunnel up from the ground. We have warm honey nuts. Let's pass them around. Now use your eagle eye. Do you see Gopher? And there's Mole. And they've got a little bag of honey nuts. So now the friends have pies and muffins and honey nuts. Oh my goodness, they're gathering a lot of food. Then there's a flap and a flitter and a flurry in the den. And in flutters Owl with Raven and Wren. That's 3 different birds. We have pears from the tree and herbs to brew tea. Do you see the birds up here? I see the owl. There's the raven. A raven is a black bird. And it says there's a wren. Here's the wren. A wren is a smaller little bird. See? She's carrying the herbs. That's something that grown-ups add to food to give it flavor. Then Bear says, wait! Do you see him holding his paws up? And he's saying, wait! What do you think he's going to say? What do you predict? Bear mutters and he stutters and he wears a big frown. And he sighs and he moans and he plops himself down. You have brought yummy treats. You are so nice to share. But me, I have nothing. My cupboard is bare. And look, there he's showing his friends the shelves in his kitchen. And they're bare. That means empty, remember? So he doesn't have any food to share. Then Mouse squeaks. Don't fret. There's enough, dear bear. You don't need any food. You have stories to share. I like this illustration. Do you see the little mouse? He's talking to Bear. And he's telling Bear, okay, you don't have food to share, but you can share your stories. Bear must be a good storyteller. His friends hug him tight. It'll be all right. And Bear says, thanks. Look at that illustration, friends. Do you see the hare and the mole and the owl, the gopher and the mouse and the raven and the badger? The owl and wren are up there on top. They're all giving him a big hug, trying to make their friend feel better. I like that. Then they lay out their feast, a quilt on the ground, and Bear takes a seat with his friends gathered round. Do you see the friends? They're stretching out that quilt, which is a blanket, and they're getting ready for the feast. A feast is a big, big dinner with a lot of different foods. In a cave in the woods, in a warm, bright lair, the friends feel grateful for their good friend Bear. They pass around platters, they tweet and they chatter, and they all say, thanks. You see all the friends holding hands, friends? They're all holding hands. If you look really closely, they're all holding hands together. And they're so happy and thankful for each other and for the food that they have to share. I hope you liked that story. I love Bear. I love Bear stories. Now in this one, he's thankful about friends and food. Tomorrow, we're going to look at this book again, and we're going to look and listen for rhyming words. Okay? Good listening, my friends. I hope you enjoyed Bear Says Thanks.